Hello, everyone. Hope all is well with every single one of you guys. Thank you for coming out here to watch ancient Dhamma videos. My name is Nisala, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do ancient love and kindness meditation today. This audio is designed for beginners, and you will be able to learn the foundations um, that you need to create before you go into ancient loving kindness meditation, and also just a little bit of a step-by-step guide and how you go about doing these type of meditations. um, First of all, ancient meditations are never guided. um, Ancient meditations that I teach in this channel mainly come from Buddha. There are many Buddhas that have been born on earth, on in the past, and they usually teach the same teachings. So and none of them have done any meditations like guided meditations. The reason is that they don't do guided meditation is because liberation or purification of the mind need to be done on your own, and what you have, your mind, is unique. So your mind, my mind, somebody else's mind, it's it's very different. Even though it may be created using the similar dependent origination process, or the same dependent origination process, and the um, same elements, but the features of it, or how it works, or how it thinks, the concept it's attracted to, feelings it's attracted to, attachments your mind have from my mind could be very different. So so Buddha always taught people, right, on how to meditate, how you should contemplate or do vipassana. And people, or the monks, they went on their own to a quiet place and did it on their own. So we're not supposed to do guided meditation. However, I'm gonna do this one kind of like a guided meditation, so if you as a beginner could get an idea of how I do my meditations, so that way when you go out there and you want to meditate, you could do it on your own. But this audio is definitely not a guided meditation. It's not designed for you to listen to it over and over while you meditating. My intentions are for you to get the idea of how to do the meditation, and then maybe you could do it like a guided in the beginning, and then later on just let it go, and then just do it on your own, and have your own have just follow the structure, the recipe, but you could do it on your own in silence. So we need to first, before we do ancient love and kindness meditation, we need to make sure we establish ourselves within the first noble truth. So there are four noble truths, right? I'm just gonna mention them. The first noble truth states that as long as you exist, which means as long as you have eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and a mind, you will experience suffering. You will experience suffering, which means like stress, pain, sickness, death, aging, losing people you love, being in touch with people that you don't like or that you hate, all sorts of suffering. Buddha breaks it down mainly into 12 main sufferings, but that's the first noble truth. Their suffering exists, within existence. As long as you exist, suffering is part of the package. So it doesn't matter if you are a cat, dog, cockroach, ant, a human, an angel, a divine being, some kind of spiritual being. It does not matter how you exist. As long as you exist, you will experience some sort of dissatisfaction. It's because dissatisfaction equals suffering, because all the things out there that we are gonna get in touch with, or we are gonna input into the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the body and the mind, we cannot control. We cannot maintain how we feel about the things outside from us. And even us, our body, our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and the mind, even that we cannot control to our satisfaction. Your eyesight might go bad. You might not taste the food so well. You might not feel. You might get sick. So there's so many things, factors that comes around where you may not even to satisfy your own being. So this is what Buddha called anicca, not anitya, but anicca. Anicca means you cannot satisfy to your own. You cannot satisfy. You cannot be satisfied. This is anicca. You cannot control the world. You cannot control anything. Everything continue to change, and then because of this, you cannot satisfy your satisfaction. So this is anicca. And anitya, it's more focusing on the impermanence, which Buddha did talk about, but his main concept was anicca, which is the suffering that arises when you cannot maintain your concept of sensual gratification. So that's the first noble truth, that there's suffering, there's anicca that exists within the sensual realm, or within existence, period. And the second noble truth is, because of craving, this suffering exists. The third noble truth is, when craving ceases to exist, when there's no conditions arise for craving to plant itself, then this cycle of dependent origination ceases to exist. And then fourth noble truth is path that leading to the end of suffering, or end of this dependent origination cycle, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. So those are the Four Noble Truths. So what we're going to do in this meditation first is we're going to establish ourselves in the first Noble Truth. We're going to contemplate. We're going to think about it. Like, hey, is it true that there's suffering? Because Buddha said, don't take all of these things just because people tell you to. Just because somebody tell you that this is life, or this is what it is, this is just because they tell you their truth, do not take it as your truth. You have to make it make sense for your own mind, for your own intelligence. You have to make sure it makes sense to you, and then if it do make sense, you take it on. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna contemplate or do vipassana on the first noble truth. We're gonna go dive deep into suffering, and the idea is, after you create a foundation base, contemplating on suffering, and a concentration and a purification of your mind through contemplating, we are gonna then genuinely, authentically focus our compassion and our kindness energy out to the world, where we just seen that world is also suffering. There are so many people out there that's going through pain, stress, suffering. So we're gonna send out positive intentions for them to be free of that suffering and to have happy minds. So that is how you do ancient love and kindness meditation. So I'm gonna get started with it. And I'm gonna speak out loud for the purposes of learning. And it's okay for you to do it as a guided meditation, because I figured for new beginners, there are a lot of people that may be just listening to music, or that may be just listening to certain um, guided meditation that may not even truly have a, just may only have a relaxation for them, but not truly have a multitude of positive impacts for them to be free from suffering. But this actually will guide you and help you to build a foundation for you to be free from the cycle of birth, aging, sickness, and death. And another reason why you should always do this meditation on your own in silent, or with groups in silent, is because our brain have neural pathways that is currently not even active. We don't use, as human beings, we don't use the full potential of our mind or even our brain. And when we access these ancient meditations, and when we do these contemplations, it's beyond ordinary thought process. It's very extraordinary thought process, and it generates certain amount of skill level and psychic abilities by activating neural pathways that's in your brain that's currently not active, may not be active, because some of you might be doing already meditation and some areas might be already active. But as you do these ancient meditations, from my experience, you could even actually feel the blood flow of some parts of your brain, and how active your mind becomes and how active your brain becomes in certain areas. Because more you do these ancient meditations, more clarity, understanding, abundance, freedom you will experience within your experience in life. So so anyways, so let's get started. And there are a few more things I have to explain when it comes to sending love and kindness meditation. You have to look, when you send love and kindness meditation, when you send love and compassion, it have to be genuine. You can't do it expecting any kind of benefit. There are benefits. There are 11 benefits of love and kindness meditation that Buddha stated. But however, you shouldn't do the meditation expecting these benefits, you know? And Buddha even said 30 minutes of this meditation is super powerful and impactful for the world and for yourself. Because in one occasion he mentioned that if you feed 900 people during one day, right? You cook yourself, you feed them 300 in the morning, 300 during lunch, 300 during dinner. So if you feed 900 people, there are going to be a certain amount of positive energy or merits that you're going to accumulate from that giving, right? So Buddha said, if you do 30 minutes of genuine, authentic love and kindness meditation and send out this positive energy out to the world, you don't know, you cannot imagine how much positive impact that can have on this world, that can have on individuals and living beings out there. He said, compared to the merits that you accumulate from feeding the 900 people, 30 minutes of love and kindness meditation is far beyond that. So I encourage you guys to meditate 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, and always you could end your meditation. You could do all sorts of ancient meditations, do contemplations, and then always end it with compassion, always end it with intentions of all beings be free from suffering and to have happy minds. So and when you send out this love and kindness energy, or compassion energy, you're supposed to think of everyone, all living beings, as a mother would look at their only child. As a mother would protect their only child. Imagine if a mother only had one child, and imagine how much love, caring, and focus and hope, and she would dedicate her entire being to protecting that child and loving that child. Same way Buddha told us to exert our love and compassion out to all living beings. So keep that in mind when we're doing the love and kindness meditation. I'll mention it a little bit. So anyways, I spoke a lot here, but that was necessary for you to understand what these meditations are and kind of get a background, as a beginner. So let's get started and get into this meditation. So first, I want you to, if you're driving, you cannot drive while you do this meditation. You need to find a place where you could park your car and just relax your body. And you want to keep your back straight. You can lean on something, but if you don't, it's better. So, a lot of times when we lean on it or we lay back, we fall asleep. You could do meditations even while you're laying in the bed. It's not an issue. It's just that just make sure your mind doesn't fall asleep or your body doesn't fall asleep. Yeah, find a place where you're very comfortable. It could be a temple, it could be your home, it could be your car, it could be the beach, it could be a park, it could be a mosque, it could be a church. Wherever you find peace within yourself, where you find a peaceful environment where you could do this meditation and focus, find that place. And once you settle in, you want to then put your hands together. I usually put my hands together and then bring it closer to my navel point, because there are certain energies physically that you could kind of balance when you are in certain positions and mudras and all type of stuff, but that's for later. But typically be in any comfortable position where you won't fall asleep, and where you could do this for the next 30 minutes or so. And then I want you to close your eyes. So you close your eyes and then take a deep breath. Let's relax the body and the mind for a second. Exhale. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And do this with your nostrils. I want you to imagine breathing in all the positivity, all the love, all the compassion, all the kindness out there in the world. Breathe it all in. All the abundance, all the love, all the prosperity. Breathe it all into your life. And then when you exhale it out, I want you to exhale it out, all the negativity, greed, hate, delusion, jealousy, anger, ill will, envy, derogation, all these certain concepts that we learn that are negative to ourselves and for everyone else. We want to get rid of, at least here through intention. Breathe in all the positivity. Let go. Breathe out all the negativity. Relax. 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 You could listen. Watch your own mind. Watch it. Watch your own mind. Don't let it wander into all these thoughts. Just watch it. If it do wonders, bring it back in to focus on whatever your meditation intention is. You could hear noises from the background. I don't know where you are. I'm in my car in Sri Lanka right now, and I could hear all sorts of noises outside. It's okay. When you start, you could let yourself, don't go against it or don't fight it. Just absorb all of that. Just listen to that and let it go. But use this as an opportunity to be present to the moment. You are here, alive, listening to this audio. So blessed. So be present to that. Be present to your surroundings. Be present to any pain that may be in your body. Be present to any sounds, any feelings that you are experiencing. Be present to all of that. Breathe in positivity. Breathe out negativity. Breathe in all the light and positivity. Breathe out all the darkness. And once your mind kind of settle in, now you can slowly start contemplating or doing vipassana, starting from creating the foundation for this meditation with the First Noble Truth. So the Buddha said that suffering exists in life. Pain, stress, suffering, aging, sickness, death, losing loved ones, joining with people that you don't like, or that makes you very uncomfortable to be around with. Sicknesses, all sorts of sicknesses. So let's think about suffering a little bit. Let's contemplate on it. Is it true that there's suffering? Yes, it's true. It's true that there's suffering, not just for me, for everyone that existing. They cannot satisfy their satisfaction because everything is changing. We cannot control anything. Everything is constantly changing. Your body is even getting old, getting sick. There's people who are getting old right now out there in the world. Their skin is becoming wrinkly. They're losing eyesight. They're losing hearing. They can't even taste the food anymore because they don't have taste buds in their tongue. They can't feel. They don't. Some older folks are peeing on themselves and passing on excrement, and there's no one to help them. Really think about that. If you are a young person right now, you're very blessed to be here. And think about all the older folks that are going through these kind of suffering. experiencing old age. If you live that long, if you're blessed to live that long, you will experience these things. And it's part of life. Experiencing dissatisfaction is part of suffering, and it's part of the package of life. Think about all these sufferings that are out there. Put yourself in their shoes and then think about it. You could put yourself in the shoes of those who are now in the cancer hospital, experiencing all sorts of pain and distress, all sorts of stress that they're feeling because they're experiencing this sickness called cancer. Think about that. Put yourself in those shoes. Is it not suffering? Is that not suffering? Of course. There are a lot of beautiful things in life, but we hide this dissatisfaction and suffering part of life. We don't even want to think about it because we think it's negative sometimes, right? We don't want to think about death. We don't want to think about sickness. No, but this is reality. You need to, there's one thing to be positive, but then it's one thing to be ignorant. So you don't want to be ignorant. You want to be positive, but at the same time, you want to be realistic and see the reality of life. Because if you don't prepare your mind with these realities that may come into existence or to your experience, you're going to be in greater deal of suffering, and it may carve paths within your mind into forms of existence that you may not want to be in. So always see reality, see life for what it truly is. Even it may be bitter, you want to see the truth. You want people that always tell you the truth around you. Look at animals, look at they're always looking for food. They're always hungry. Imagine how much suffering that they're going through just because they don't have any food in their belly. Not just animals. We have so many human beings out there in the world that is experiencing hunger because they have not gotten anything to eat for days. I want you to put yourself in their shoes. I don't know about you, but I have had days where I had a busy day and I haven't had nothing to eat. And some of those days, or some of the days I do fasting, I feel great deals of hunger, And trust me, it sucks to not eat for several days. So think about that. Think about that suffering. And trust me that for animals, it's thousandfold what we feel as human beings when we are hungry. I know that from subjective experience, where I've seen a life of a wolf. I was actually the wolf 700 lifetimes ago, and I was able to see this as a side effect of practicing noble ancient meditations. And when I saw that past life, it was truly an amazing experience. But it was an experience where I was able to understand the suffering that these animals are going through. How much of fear that they live their daily lives with. See, we have laws, we have police that we could call when there's something going wrong, but for animals, they don't have that. They can't scream for their life even when they're getting killed, or when somebody's trying to get them as prey. So they're always living in fear of death. They're always living within fear. Look at your cat or your dog. If you make a little noise, what happened? Think about that. Contemplate on that. They're always snapping, They're always on the watch out for their life, for danger, They're always hungry. They're always ready to eat because they experience that, especially birds. And they have, especially wild animals, when they experience that fear of death, hunger, they go into a space of anger too, hatred, desperation. Think about all these things. Think about all the people out there right now that are in war zones. They're also experiencing a similar situation where they're thinking about, man, when is the next bomb gonna go off? Would my child be okay going to school? Would they come home? When is the next time all these terrorists might attack us? Would they stop my bus and kill us? All sorts of scary situations out there in the world, guys. And you are blessed. If you're not in such a place, you're very blessed. If you have food to eat, you're very blessed. You should be grateful for that. Every time I eat my food now, I think about even the little worm that might have made the soil very cultivate the soil for it to bear trees and all these crops, so that way we could have food. There are worms and bees out there that creates our nature possible to benefit to us and all the beings, and we don't even be grateful for them. All the trees that send out oxygen for us to breathe. When's the last time you were grateful for these trees out there? Thank you, tree. Thank you. Thank you, worm. I send out before I eat. I think about the worms. I think about the bees. I think about any living being that may have positively contributed for the food to get to my plate. Even the person who cooked, delivery people, the store managers, everyone, stock keepers, the farmer, the delivery people, the cook. I think about all those people, and I give thanks to them, and I send love and compassion to them, and I'm positive thoughts to them, and I'm very grateful. Think about that. Think about how many people don't have the food. You're very grateful. Think about how many people out there right now that don't even have a shelter. If you have a place to lay your head on, under a roof, under some kind of shelter, you're blessed. There's so many folks out there with kids. They don't have a roof over their head to be protected from the sun, from the heat, from the cold, from the rain, from the storms. And that's their experience. It's a lot of suffering there. Think about people that is going through all sorts of stress because they have bills. And that's a lot of us here in the States. or out there in the world, in developing countries, think about the suffering that people are going through because of bills, because of all these responsibilities. Think about that. Yeah, of course, it's part of life, but yet it's still an expression of suffering. Think about people who are going through cancer. Think about people who may have just lost a loved one. They may have lost their mom. And I'm not talking about people what you could think about the past, but this is happening right now. And that's very important for you to know. There are somebody out there that just lost their mom and they're crying, asking God or asking a higher power to bring them back to life, or asking why my dad, why my mom, or why my husband, why my child to be gone, to be dead right now. None of us ever plan to die, but there's going to be a moment where we die and it's going to be a surprise. Generally, yeah, you will be surprised. Most times you never know what moment you're going to be dead, even if you know if you're going to die a certain time because of some illness, but yet you don't know what moment. And people die every day, every moment. Every moment there's about, I think average is like 3 to 4 people that die, fall dead, and 5 to 6 people being born every moment also in the world. If you get a chance, look at the world population clock on Google it, and there's a site that shows some data coming in. It's truly think outside of your realm and look into the world. Think about that suffering that's out there. Think about the suffering you experienced throughout your life. All the pain, all the struggles, all the stress that you've been through thus far, and even you may experience during this life right now. Think about all the living beings out there that don't even have eyesight. They found out they're blind. They're very helpless. They don't know how to see the world. Think about all the beings that may have got into some kind of accident, lost their leg, lost their arm. Think about that. Think about their suffering. Are they going through suffering? Hell yeah. Think about that. Think about all the people that are going through suffering because they've lost somebody they love. They're crying. If you have lost somebody you love, you could relate to them. You know how much pain you have to go through when you lose your mom, when you lose your dad, or when you lose your husband, when you lose your wife, or when you lose your son, daughter, your brother, your sister. You know how much pain that is. That is suffering. This is suffering. Now when we continue to contemplate on suffering, you will come to a point where your mind get concentrated on this particular subject, and then genuinely it should spark kindness in your heart and intentions in your heart and hope, saying that I hope all these people, all these beings will be free from suffering. I hope all these living beings out there will be free from pain, suffering. I hope all these beings will have happy minds. All these positive, loving, compassionate thoughts should arise. And if it doesn't arise, you think about suffering, and then at a moment when you understand, when you have that hope, and when you're ready to do love and kindness, sending out this love and kindness energy and compassion energy, you could then genuinely, intentionally authentically send that out to the world. And this is how you send it out. There's several ways. You could start with your vicinity. If you're in a car, if you're in a temple, if you're in a house, if you're in a mosque, you could say everybody in this temple, and then go to the city, go to the state, go to the country, go to the entire planet Earth, go to the entire universe far beyond planet Earth where beings may exist, and hope that they all, you got to do section by section, and then bring it back in. And then you could go out to the Earth, to the universe, and then you could come back to Earth and look, takes Earth that's just one, including where you are there, and then you send it out, send this positive light, positive energy, and compassion out to all directions. You could bring it back to yourself here, wherever you are, and then send it out to 10 directions, which is north, northwest, west, southwest, south, southeast, east, northeast, up and down. So we're gonna do that. So you understand there's all these people suffering out there. Now we just contemplated on that. We have a foundation. We have an agreement that yes, there are people suffering out there in the world. It truly exists. And now with positive intentions, positive energy, we're gonna blast it out to all those living beings that are suffering, and we're gonna send positive intentions, vibrations out to them, so they could have happy minds, and this energy, this vibrations will impact their life in a positive way for them to overcome difficulties that they're experiencing and suffering, and hopefully attain nibbana, so they could be completely, abundantly be free from this suffering and be boundlessly free. May all living beings in this home, in this house, in this temple, in this church, in this mosque, may all living beings in this vicinity, in this car, be well, be happy. Any living being, a being with legs, being without legs, being with many legs, fat being, skinny being, tall being, short being, long being, any kind of living being, beings that are existing, beings that are not existing, beings that are born, beings that are not yet born, all living beings within this vicinity, all the living beings within this vicinity, may they be well, may they be happy, may no harm come to them, may no difficulties come to them, may they have love, kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, equanimity, patience, understanding, wisdom in their life. May they have more and more of love and compassion and wisdom to overcome difficulties that they're experiencing. May they attain the supreme, boundless freedom in enlightenment, in Nibbana. May they attain Nibbana and be free from suffering. May they be free from suffering. May they have happy minds. May they be free from suffering. May all living beings in this city be free from suffering, be free from suffering, and have happy minds. May all living beings in this city be well, be happy. May no harm come to them, may no difficulties come to them. May they have love, compassion, kindness, appreciative joy, patience, understanding, wisdom to overcome difficulties in their life. May they love one another. May they have compassion for one another. May they be free from suffering. May they have happy minds. May they attain Nibbana and be free from suffering. May all living beings in this state or in this province be free from suffering. I hope they have happy minds. May this positive light and positive energy go hit every single being, every single living being that's in this city, and that may it impact them to have happy minds. May they be well. May they be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have love, compassion, kindness overflowing in their life. May they have happiness in their life. May they have prosperity in their life. May they be free from birth, aging, sickness, and death in attaining Nibbana. May they be free from suffering, pain, stress. May they have happy minds. May all living beings in this country be well, be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have love, compassion, kindness, appreciative joy, equanimity, patience, understanding, positivity in their lives. May they love one another. May they have compassion for one another. May they care for one another. May they love one another. May they overcome all difficulties by utilizing wisdom, by utilizing love, compassion, kindness, by utilizing gratefulness, by using appreciative joy. May you guys be well. May you guys be happy. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May you have love, compassion in your lives. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from suffering. May all the living beings in this city be, in this country, in this state, be free from suffering. May you all have happy minds. May all living beings in this country be free from suffering. May you be well. May they be well. May they be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have love, compassion, kindness, appreciative joy, gratefulness, equanimity, patience, understanding, wisdom filled in their life, so they experience more and more of happiness. May you be well. May you be happy. May you have happy minds. May all of these living beings have happy minds. May they be free from suffering. May all living beings in this Mother Earth, in this our planet Earth, may all sorts of living beings in this planet Earth be well, be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they love one another. May they be appreciating one another, have compassion for one another. May they be free from suffering. May they be free from chaos. May they be free from all kinds of negativity and be in the abundance of positivity. May they all be prosperous. May they be well. May they be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they all attain fruits of enlightenment and attain Nibbana and be free from the cycle of birth, aging, sickness, death. May they have happy minds. May they be free from suffering. May all living beings in this entire universe, in this infinite universe, may all infinite beings out there, born, unborn, that are waiting to be born, that are fat, that are skinny, that are tall, that are short, with one leg, with two legs, with many legs. May all living beings, all sorts of living beings that are long, that are short, all living beings, born, unborn, existing, non-existing, all living beings in the entire universe, be well, be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have more and more of love, compassion, positivity, prosperity in their life. May they have patience, wisdom, understanding to overcome difficulties. May they have love, compassion, kindness, appreciative joy, gratefulness, equanimity in their life. May they be free from birth, aging, sickness, and death. May they be free from suffering. May they be free from pain. May they be free from stress. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have love, compassion in their life. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana and experience the abundance, blissful freedom in life. May they be well. May they be happy. May all living beings be well and happy. May all living beings in the north direction be well, be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have happy minds. May they attain Nibbana and be free from suffering. May all living beings in the south be well, be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have happy minds. May they be free from suffering. May all living beings in the direction of east be well, be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have happy minds. May they attain Nibbana. May all living beings in the west and the east and the northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, all of these living beings in these 8 directions be well, be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have happy minds. May they have love, compassion, kindness, appreciative joy, equanimity, prosperity, positivity in their life. May they overcome all of their difficulties with wisdom, with love, with compassion, with appreciative joy, with equanimity. May they have peace, blissfulness, positivity, happiness in their life. May they be free from suffering. May they be free from suffering, attain Nibbana, and be free from suffering. May all living beings in the direction of up and down, north, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast, in this entire 10 directions, send your light out, send your positivity out, send your vibration out to the infinite. May all living beings, no one, don't exclude anyone, don't exclude enemies, don't exclude the devil, don't exclude demons, don't exclude any living beings. All living beings are experiencing suffering regardless of what they do. Hurt people. Don't exclude anyone. Love everyone. You could only defeat evil with love, guys. Send love, compassion, kindness. May they be well. May they be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have love, compassion, positivity, prosperity, productivity in their life. May they be well. May they be happy. May no harm come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they have happy minds. May they love one another. May they be compassionate toward one another. May they be free from suffering. May they attain enlightenment and be free from suffering. So you could do this and you could be in silence after you're done. I kind of did it fast because since you're a beginner, I didn't want to take too much of your time since I've already taken a lot. I hope you be well and happy. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May you have more and more of love, compassion, kindness, prosperity, productivity, wisdom, patience, understanding, equanimity, appreciative joy, gratefulness in your life as well. And may you attain the Nibbana and be free from suffering. So these intentions, these positive vibrations, guys, send it out. Even when you're awake, if you could have, even all the time, if you could have these if you could train your mind to have these kind of compassionate thoughts and kind thoughts and loving thoughts towards all living beings throughout your day-to-day life, it will make the highest impact. We always talk about problems in life and all these things that are going on and the challenges that we are facing. And we are facing these challenges and all these problems and situations within countries, within governments, within families, within cities, within states, because of the way we think. We have created all these problems with greed, hate, and delusion thinking. And in order for us to get out of these problems and overcome these difficult times, we need to transform individual mindset. And we could transform the individual mindset with these ancient meditations, with these abundance thinking, positive thinking, with love, compassion, appreciative joy, equanimity, patience, understanding, wisdom. We need to replace the greed, hate, and delusion with that type of thinking that I just mentioned, with love, compassion. And we have to transform our mindset train our mindset to think this way. And it's going to be the most difficult thing, because we have trained our mind to be of greed and delusion all this time, and now we have to reverse it and make it think in terms of non-hate, non-greed, non-delusion. So, which will lead you to liberation and purification of your mind and attain nibbana, and be more loving, be more sensitive, be more compassionate toward all living beings. So I wish every single one of you guys who took the time to listen to this entire video, and who may have even listened to the beginning, I wish every single one of you guys out there, and every single person out there, everybody, I wish you all the very, very best. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May you have love, compassion, kindness, appreciative joy, equanimity, patience, understanding, positivity, prosperity within your life. May you be happy. May you be happy. May you be happy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And I wish you all the best. All the best. And I hope and pray that you have the courage and you put forth the effort to practice this love and kindness meditation 30 minutes in the morning at least, 30 minutes in the evening at least, and have this compassionate flow of mind and mindset throughout the day, with this loving mindset, this positive mindset, being grateful. Be present, be kind, be grateful. 3 diamonds from Dr. Long. So practice all of those things. I love you guys. Be well and happy. Have a great day. Go out there and be the positive light to the world. Keep spreading that love and compassion out. Please keep spreading that kindness, because with your light, with your positive light, you could brighten the entire world. There might be somebody out there today that want to see you smile. So keep smiling. That smile could possibly change that individual's life in a positive way, a stranger's life in a positive way. So keep smiling, keep sending those positive vibes out, and let's continue to work on ourselves to get rid of greed, hate, and delusion. Let's continue to work on ourselves to get rid of ill will, hate, jealousy, derogation, all sorts of negative stuff that we may have within our mind throughout conditioning from the past. Let's get rid of those and transform our minds into being more positive, being more abundant, be more loving, be more compassionate towards one another, regardless of race, regardless of color. I love you guys. Be well and happy, and I hope this audio was of benefit to you as a beginner to meditation, and I hope it given you an idea of how I do my ancient love and kindness meditation, and I'm always open for suggestions. I never do love and kindness to self. I don't focus on self, because the ancient Dhamma doesn't focus on a self. It focuses on all living beings. When you're focusing on all living beings, the vicinity, obviously you are there, but you don't really put attention towards that. You focus on to others. You do love and kind and compassionate. You send out love and kindness and compassion to others, and may others send it back to you. So Be well and happy. And if you think this video helped you or was of value to you, please share that with other people. And create your own video, share it with your loved ones, because that's how we could impact this world. We need to be more active in social media, spreading love, spreading compassion, spreading positivity, because there's too many people talking about negative stuff, and that's not going to help. Being more positive and creating a foundation for people to transform their mind and to be positive is way to go, and ancient meditation is the foundation for that. So be well and happy, guys, and God bless you guys. May angels, God bless you. Be well and happy. May your guardian angels protect you, guide you towards a happy life, towards nibbana, to be boundlessly free. And Terwan Saranai, which means may the triple gem bless you. From where I'm coming from, with all that means is may the positivity, the energy from the Buddha, from his teachings and his noble followers, which is the Sangha, bless you and guide you. And be well and happy. Take care. Have a blessed day. And thank you for taking time to do the ancient love and kindness meditation with me. And take care. Have a blessed day.